What's happened here?
What is Samsara's Saturday Soiree?
Samsara's Saturday Soiree? Yes, Samsara's Saturday Soiree. It's live. It's on Zoom.
It's on YouTube.
It's Samsara's Saturday Soiree. Yeah, a Zoom live ride with I'll come. We're all really well lit background, and yours is a bit.
Margot, that the video's not live. Margot, the video's not live.
Okay, we're going again. I've buggered it up again. I've stuffed it up this week again. Sorry, folks.
It's okay. We all make mistakes. It's all good. It's the joy of live.
What is Samsara's Saturday Soiree?
Samsara's Saturday Soiree? Yes, Samsara's Saturday Soiree. It's live. It's on Zoom.
It's on YouTube.
It's Samsara's Saturday Soiree. Yeah, a Zoom live ride with I'll come up with something. We're all really well lit background, and yours is a bit.
No, it's amazing though. I love what you've done there.
John's character in this.
Oh.
But she really wants to do it. Really. Projecting there. Oh, no, Maree, I tried today. I played with the oven. I couldn't figure out. It's destroyed.
Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm Samsara, and you are watching Samsara's Saturday Soiree. Welcome to our Night of Madness. We would like to begin by acknowledging that we are creating this program on the lands of the Kulin Nation, and we thank them for allowing us to tell our stories here. So, Scott, what have we got coming up tonight?
Hey Samsara, how you going? And hello everyone, welcome to tonight's super awesome soiree, and thank you everyone for joining us. Tonight we've got like a super killer show lined up for you, featuring a very talented array of local performers. We've got Melbourne singer-songwriter Sarah Rose Millar, and she'll be performing 2 original pieces. Maree Shefford is going to be doing a very sort of sexy kind of go-go dance, so can't wait for that one. The Poetess is back with 2 original pieces. Geraldine O'Reilly is going to share a wonderful story with us. We've got a hip-hop rap by Yvonne Matthews and a monologue by Mazz Ryan. And Damian Vuleta is going to give us a special interpretation of a character, Rusty Bolts. But to get us all started off and slinky sort of Saturday kind of way, in a Sex and the City kind of mood maybe, Samsara is going to kick us off by sharing something a little bit delish.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, so to get us all in the very right mood, I am going to make myself a cosmopolitan, and I'm going to teach you how to make a cosmopolitan as well. That's live performance for you folks. Okay, so
I've got to say, very Tom Cruise there.
Thank you. Yes. So this is my cocktail shaker. And the great thing about, well, this one, it has all these recipes on the side, so I don't even have to remember. except I do have to stop doing that. Okay, except that they're in French, so I do need to translate, but that's okay. So you get a cocktail shaker, and wait a minute, I gotta find the. So then, you need 4 shots of vodka. Okay, the cap of the shaker becomes the so.
And is this brand of vodka sponsoring the show tonight?
No, but what I will say is it is Russian vodka, so we know it's the real thing. 5 times actually, did I just do 4 or did I do? I don't know. I'm going to do another one. So this one may actually have 5 shots of vodka. I don't know, but that's it. It tastes good. Yep. Okay. 5 times distilled. I can feel every step. Okay. Then you need triple sec. Okay. Only 2 of these. The triple sec is a I'm really making a mess here. Is an orange liqueur. I don't know.
This.
Actually no. That actually tastes like cough medicine. Then we need cranberry juice. Okay, so it's another 4 of cranberry juice. Actually, my shaker actually isn't big enough for this. I might have put 5 shots of vodka in. Okay, this isn't going to be quite right, but it means I'm going to have a lot of fun tonight. And then you're supposed to put in 2 shots of lime juice.
Beautiful fresh lime there. I love it.
Sorry?
Beautiful fresh lime.
Oh, well, yeah. I packed this straight from the tree. Anyway, then you're supposed to add some ice. Now, I had lots of ice cubes in here, but they've all melted. So there's like tiny little bits of ice there just to pretend. Then you put on the strain a bit, and then you put on the lid, and then you shake, and it goes everywhere because I overfilled it.
Literally, I was sitting here going like this, waiting for you to just throw it all over yourself.
But yes. So then you just get your favorite glass. It's supposed to be a martini. Oh my God, this is going everywhere. Yeah, I better stop because it's literally.
I really should have started the interview with Samsara's going to get us all wet tonight.
I'm not coming to your bar. Or maybe I should be.
And then you garnish with a piece of lemon. And that is how you make a cosmopolitan. Hopefully I'll be better at drinking it than making it. But okay, enough of that shenanigans. Cheers, everybody. Get drunk and have fun. And we're going to kick off with somebody who is new to our team, Sarah Rose Millar, and she is going to sing an original song for us. Sarah, take it away. Oh, and unmute yourself first, Sarah.
I just did.
Beautiful. Love your work.
Hi, everyone. This is a new song that I wrote a couple of weeks ago in lockdown. Silent and invisible it comes, making its way slowly from a foreign land. No one is immune as it travels on its way, insidiously reaching out its hand. Try to fight it, we can't win, but who invited the devil in? And every day the death toll rises higher. Trapped inside behind locked doors, will we know like best before? Feels like the whole world is set on fire. People read the signs but far too late. Closed up the borders and stopped all the planes. It ignores religion and color, wealth and gender. All just one more life for it to claim. Try to fight it, we can't win, but who invited the devil in? And every day the death toll rises higher. Trapped inside behind locked doors, will we know like best before? Feels like the whole world is set on fire. Whole economies could crumble and fall. Companies implode, some people lose it all. Governments go into debt, the morgues have no space for the dead. We go crazy, stuck inside four walls. Try to fight it, we can't win, but who invited the devil in? And every day the death toll rises higher. Trapped inside behind locked doors, will we know life as before? Feels like the whole world is set on fire. Try to fight it, we might win. Who invited the devil in? We're alone, but all in this together. We're all fighting in one war. Can't go back to the life before. One world and one people forever. Let's use this time to fight to make the world better.
Woo!
That was
amazing.
fantastic. Thank you so much. That melody, Sarah Rose, really beautiful. It's like a little, almost like sent it to me a little hint of California rock or something like that.
Well, my favourite band is Fleetwood Mac, so.
There you go. Fantastic.
Good taste.
Tell us a
Good
little bit
taste.
about yourself. You're a singer-songwriter in Melbourne.
Yeah, in Adelaide.
In Adelaide.
Yeah. So, what is there to say? Singer-songwriter, live in Adelaide. I've been basically playing music since I was 5 years old, but only really started writing songs and stuff probably, 5 years or so ago. And I've been playing around Adelaide, various open mics and things like that. Just about finished recording my first demo album.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
What's the kind of theme that is shining through in that?
Well, this song's not actually on it. It's called Echoes of Avalon. So it's basically kind of folk rock, but inspired by medieval ideas.
Okay, I love it. It sounds
Good. I like it.
Wow.
I'll buy that one. Where will it be available? Or
I'm probably just going to be putting it online, so I don't know yet. I basically have to finish mixing it and everything, and I'm not sure how long that's going to take. So, it will be available at some point in the near future, but I'm not sure of an exact date.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us, and I guess everyone can look out for it. And as the classic Aussie line would go, do yourself a favor and follow you and purchase the album once it's out, the demo.
But don't worry, folks, because we're going to see Sarah Rose again later in the show.
Absolutely. Now, though, we've got like a super little sexy and alluring performance from one of our favorite actresses, Maree Shefford. Yay, let's go, Maree. Woo!
Hello. Okay, let me get my volume.
Here we come, walking down the street. Get on this works fun, everyone we win. Hey, we're the monkeys, people say we're monkey around. We're too busy singing, put anybody down. No matter what do what we like to do. No time to be restless, there's always something new. Hey, we're the monkeys, big Sarah monkey around. We're too busy singing, put anybody down. We're just trying to be friendly, don't want to sing and play. We're the young generation, we've got something to say. Anywhere, just to go to show you. Guess we'll be standing there. Hey, we're the monkeys. People say I'm monkey around. We're too busy singing, put anybody down. kids. Keep saying monkey around. We're too busy singing. Put anybody down. We're just trying to be friendly. One watch sing and play. We're the young generation. We've got something to say.
Woo! Oh, Maree, that was so good.
It's a cardio workout.
So we're having a bit of a go-go night with you tonight, aren't we?
Oh, yes.
So you're gonna actually teach us as the night goes on. You're gonna teach us a few moves, and at the end we'll be able to get our go-go going with you.
Certainly. You let me know. Let me know when you want the first move.
When did you learn to go-go dance?
I taught myself, but I did teach back in 2011 at the time of the earthquakes in New Zealand. But then the earthquake happened, so it was before. Then the earthquake happened, everything changed, so I just decided to leave it. So I'm revisiting it and teaching some dances online, some go-go. So just let me know if any of you guys or your viewers out there would like to join in. It's a lot of fun. And as you can see, this is a huge cardio workout. It was like a 2 minute and a half. And it's like I've just burned so many damn calories.
No, I'm exhausted just watching you.
It's the best.
So what's your website if they want to get involved in some of your classes?
Absolutely. It's Dance for Fitness, and it's Dance for Fitness with a numeral 4. And I teach burlesque, I teach go-go, I teach awakening feminine erotic archetypes, I teach inner warrior yoga, and I also coach actors and how to move their body and physically get in touch with their inner world and their sexuality, which hopefully that came through on the screen.
Yeah, it was fun, sexy though, which is really cool.
Good.
Absolutely.
Love it. Thank you
okay,
so much,
so we're going to let you get your breath back, and we're going to
Yes.
go to our storyteller, Geraldine O'Reilly. You've got something special for us today, Geraldine?
Hi, everybody. I don't know how special it is. Just by way of introduction, I've spent a lot of my life in Ireland, and a couple of years ago I went to Ireland, and I spent 2 months in Italy with a friend of mine who lives in Melbourne. And in the last couple of weeks, we've been talking, ringing Italy and ringing Ireland to see if relatives are okay because of the COVID-19. So we got into a discussion about Italy and Ireland and our childhoods. And anyway, so I thought tonight I'd read a story that I wrote about my aunt when I was growing up. So that's the background. One little thing, I make a reference to the street. It's not a street like here. It's the street is a bit of land between the house and the fence in front of the road. So that's it.
Okay.
So anyway, it's called The Champion. And I shall put my glasses on and then I can read it.
I understand that.
Who is the youngest sister of the family and usually doesn't get married, looks after the oldies, not anymore, but then. So my Auntie Sissy never got married to the man she loved. It was too hard bringing him into the family home, leaving it and Grandad behind. So instead, she continued living on a small farm in Ireland, at first caring for her elderly father, and later, when he passed away, caring for herself and her animals. In time, the man she loved married somebody else. Auntie Sissy kept herself alive, often with the help of my parents, by rearing hens, a couple of pigs, a small number of sheep, a flock of geese, and 3 cows. She said she sold eggs, piglets, calves, and lambs. It was all she'd ever known, all she'd ever done. And yet she often joined us children in a chorus of tears when the butcher arrived to buy and slaughter her animals. There was always 3 cows, all she could afford, I suspect, all she could feed. The cows were usually brown and white in colour, But one day, during my childhood, a white cow appeared. This cow would go on to become one of Auntie Sissy's best friends. All milking was hand done back then. Auntie Sissy would sit on a small stool beside her cows, bucket between her legs, and milk away. She seemed to find it restful. She'd sing Jim Reeves. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. The cows were big Jim Reeves fans. They'd listen, quieten down, and chew away passively on the cud provided the lessons from Auntie Sissy. But try as we might, most of the cows preferred her touch to ours. They'd stomp about their displeasure while we milked them and try to wallop us one with their tails. Auntie Sissy would seek to pacify them while hanging on desperately to the bucket to prevent the milk going all over the place. Our white cow friend was altogether different, though. When we children milked her, she'd simply turn her head and with those great big eyes of hers, take a look and then affect a sort of, "Oh, it's you again," before turning back and resuming her chewing. Her conduct left Auntie Sissy a little more relaxed. She'd pat the cow's rump and speak to her in a tone our white cow friend clearly understood. It was pure cow language. Unlike Auntie Sissy, we children tired very quickly of milking. We'd wheedle our way out of the stool, and Auntie Sissy would resume her position, milking away contentedly until the job was done. And truly, there was no end to the amount of milk our white cow friend provided. She was a true champion. When milking was over, all 3 cows were hurried out of the byre and hurried into the fields to prevent them dirtying the street at the front of our house with their indifferent toilet habits. In my imagination, this hurrying was not necessary in the case of our white cow friend. She was a lady, you see, and I don't think she would ever have dirtied the street. No, like the rest of us, she would reserve her toileting to the privacy of her own home, deep in the fields. Most fittingly, my Auntie Sissy died and she suffered a massive heart attack, dropping the basin of spuds she was preparing for her dinner. We were in Australia by then and broken-hearted by the news of her death. She was a favourite and, as aunties go, truly wonderful. In an illustrated children's version of this story, I imagine our white cow friend attending Auntie Sissy's wake and funeral service. She would lead the prayers in the chapel, bake soda scones, and make sure everyone had enough milk for their tea. She'd probably wear one of Auntie Sissy's crossover overalls while baking, so that her hairy skin would remain clean and white for the wake. She wouldn't attend the burial, though. No, that would be too upsetting. Instead, she would return home, try her best to carry on life as usual, but sadly, never find anyone to discuss her profound loss with. They were peas in the pod, my Auntie Sissy and her white cow. Great pals. They were strong and they were generous to the very end. And perhaps they were lucky to have lived when they did. Neither would have survived the rigours of the European Union, where the only thing understood is quotas, hygiene, money, and where there's no regard whatsoever for the link between milk and friendship, and even less for the beauty of Jim Reeves. Still, in more recent times, my aunt might have put her sweet lips a little closer to the phone and married the love of her life. Her father might have been provided with home care. Her children may have gone to university. Her white cow, no doubt, adopted into their new family. But would she die in a state of Great.
Oh, sorry, Geraldine, the last bit dropped out. But thank you.
Well,
The picture on the good old internet. So thank you, Geraldine. That to me personally, and I've known you for a long time, was a picture of everything I've heard about your background. I've known about the Irish, the Irish heritage that we both share. It was just, yeah. I think we've all got those aunties, and I had some here. I mean, you've got a more direct relationship in Ireland, so I was absolutely that was very lovely. I really enjoyed
yeah,
it.
thanks, Margaret. Margaret's sister's been to my house in Ireland several times, actually.
Yeah. So that speaks very well to me. So that was a beautiful.
Thank you.
It articulated and visualized everything that I expected it would be. So thank you.
Not surprisingly, I'm a vegetarian now. The white cow done it all. Sorry, Scott.
No, I was going to say I completely agree with Margot. You've got a really beautiful way of writing that evokes like really vivid imagination. Like I was just picturing it the whole way through, and it was really easy to just be transported to what you were talking about.
Very kind. Thank you.
No, thank you.
That was beautiful, Geraldine. Thank you.
Thank you, Geraldine. Yay! Round of applause. Now we're going to shift to a couple of original poems.
Dance.
No. We're going to hold off on the poems for a minute, and we're going to click back to GoGo dancer Maree, who's going to show us a couple of cool little moves that we're going to all do a bit later on, maybe in the program. Maree. Woo!
Hello. Right, just a quick 1 minute overview of the easier thing to learn first would be the twist. So all you're doing is you're moving your actual hips from side to side. If you're getting up, and your feet will naturally follow your hips, right? So there's nothing happening except your hips are going and your feet are going, your arms are following, everything is following, and you're feeling so groovy. And I can see, Scott, you're doing so well. You're in your element, baby. Good. And that is it. I'll leave you with that till the next one.
I love it. Thank you so much. That was great. Totally getting into that. Love a bit of a dance. So we'll be dropping in on Maree throughout the rest of the evening just for a couple of little like go-go lessons. And then we're going to put it all together at the end. So I can't wait. Woo! Now we're going to head over to the Poetess, who's back with us for 2 original little poems. Take it away, Poetess.
Well, thank you, darling. Thank you, everybody. Yes, I am back because I just know you wait every fortnight for my great words of wisdom. I'm taking a slightly more serious tone this week. So, yes, there won't be any humor. I'm so sorry. We're going to begin with a poem called Safe, which I think perhaps will speak to people at this point in time. Closed in walls, looking through glass, safe from the world. Infrastructure. Wait a minute. I'm so sorry. I just need to increase the size of that font because I'm blind. I'm blind, darling. And this is a problem, as it turns out. Okay, let me start again. I'm so sorry. Closed in walls, looking through glass, safe from the world. Structure, solidarity, regularity, conformity, protection, escape, architecture, shape, regularity, cut off, shut in, peering, peeking, seeking, searching, afraid, wanting, yearning, sharp angles, intersections, cold geometry, height, distance, afar. So that was, poem number 1. And now, if I can find my cursor, same problem as last week, really, isn't it? Oh, and now it's beeping at me. Oh, right. I don't know. I don't know what it wants from me. I can't handle technology. Terrifies me. I'm sure it terrifies you all too. All right. This next one is called The Center of the Apocalypse. And before we begin, I'm just going to increase the font again for my poor, sad and pathetic eyes. All right. The Center of the Apocalypse. Walls crumbling, stone falling brick by brick. A precipice. The way ahead lost. The path behind disappearing. What to do? Stay and be buried, or take one step forward knowing you will fail? Is it an abyss? Or is there a ledge, a tree branch? Something to catch you, to save you, a soft fall? Is it all over now? All that is left is the choice, how to die. Or is one choice a decision of hope, a certain death more an act of faith? Either way, the only option not available is stasis, inertia, no change. It is no possibility. Making no choice is a choice of its own. You still have time. The end is nigh, but you are at the center of the apocalypse. You look out, sweat beading your brow, breath coming in desperate gasps, exhausted from running away from the destruction, only to be halted by the absence. Nowhere else to run. Head turning back and forth, rivulets seeping down your body. Is it getting hotter? Your heart beats like crazy. Thump, thump, thump. Panic rises. Move. So there you are, darlings. That's oh dear, it's just like beeping at me.
Thank you so much, Poetess. What inspired those lovely little poems?
Oh yes, those uplifting.
Oh, the Poetess is gone. Samsara's back.
Yes. So those little ditties. Well, they're actually again from the same era as the poems last week. Again, I actually chose them because whilst they were sort of a personal experience of isolation, I thought they really resounded with the collective experience of isolation that everybody is experiencing, and that sense of staying still versus moving forward. And particularly as we're lockdowns ease, we're really sort of struggling. It's like, you know, you want to stay still because it seems safe, but staying still is not an option. We kind of have to get out there again at some point.
Absolutely. And I think we're all gagging to get out there tonight, to like now that it's all being eased. But yeah.
No, see, I'm one of those people who are kind of like, you know what? I'm safe. I'm happy. I've got all my gadgets. I can just stay here for a very long time.
I have to admit, I have come across a lot of people that have really been surprised at how much they've enjoyed ISO. But,
yes, yes, the world is not all about extroverts, shall we just say.
Hopefully the benefits will come from it. So thank you so much to the Poetess for that lovely...
Can I just say, I'm hankering to get out there. That's all I can say. All right.
I know, I've got parties all around me happening.
I'm a hankering.
Well, I'll come, Margot, I'll come out to play with you any day.
Well, and the thing is, like, I wrote these poems because I, you know, since the accident, I have a much, much less outgoing life than I used to have. So for me, isolation is kind of, not entirely, but pretty much situation normal. So that's why it's a comfortable place for me to be. I didn't really give up a lot to be here.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was really beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's kick to Maree for a little bit of a go-go lesson number 2. And get into it. Let's hear it, Maree. Let's see it, Maree.
Right, number 2. Okay, so following on from the twist, we're going to do a twist variation. Okay, up off your seats. Okay, so we were doing this. Variation is one leg. So we're using your right, and all that's happening is it's going knee, going over to the right, to the left. So you're swapping it. At the same time, you've got your hands with a little bit of a bent wrist going the opposite way. Okay, so it's like twist again, like I did last summer. So that's on the right leg. And then, of course, transferring all your weight. So all your weight is on the right leg. And we're going to go on the left. And it's the opposite. As I said, the hands to the opposite way the leg is going. Now, another variation before we cut to someone else on this beautiful Samsara's soiree is we can actually go forward, a little bit more challenging. So forward and then back, as far as you want to go, forward and then back, and then transfer to the other side, same deal, forward and back, and really enjoying that move. Very nice. And that is all. Until next time.
I love it. I can see everyone doing a few little dances here, which is great. But I'm not too sure whether that showed up on the video or not. But that was fantastic. Thank you, Maree. I love it.
That's all right.
That was absolutely awesome. Cool. So now coming up next, we have Yvonne, who is going to be doing Yvonne Matthews, who is going to be doing a hip hop rap. Thank you so much. Yay.
Ready then. The Samsara soiree is definitely on. So, what good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. So here's this little poem, Lockdown. How strange it could be that what started for me, due to lack of expression, appears to not exist, eh? I'm going to start again. How strange it could be that what started for me, pre-lockdown depression, due to lack of expression of theatre no longer existing, resulted at freedom for me and turned out uplifting. A Deepak Chopra meditation with Facebook sense, which is proving to me quite a rewarding event of sharing and caring and creators to see how a lockdown made us wind down and focus on gratitude, attitude, make phone calls and books, then forced us to look at the simple things in life, the birds and the bees, the flowers, the trees, the sea and the sun at the beach, hello to the like-minded one, the home that we're in, and then we begin to appreciate the space, to make place in the moment and be quiet. Well, then there's an occasional fight with a partner or friend, but it's not the end. We have to make a joke and not provoke. Hard sometimes when at hand is a knife, or, easily picked up in temper or a fight, or with a husband, a partner, or a wife. Resist the temptation and just stay on. Let's face it, we're not in a drama or a sitcom. Or are we? Well, maybe. So, let's face it, we're not in a drama or sitcom, or are we? Well, we are. But we're not on TV, unless there really are hidden cameras that we can't see. Maybe we have good material for a show reel. Maybe. Hey, let's see. You probably can't hear. There's Netflix and Stan are a must. TV we can really trust. The sex and the violence, the romance, the lust, the drugs, the bisexual, the transsexual, and occasional gun. Those exercise walks, they're fun. So don't be afraid, everyone. Go out and enjoy the sun, the wind and the rain, the solo run or the twosome. This week, moresome. Awesome. So let's meet up, everyone. But keep your distance. That's the insistence. Don't listen to negativity. Aim at positivity. Avoid the fine by not stepping out of line. Stand in the square, it's only fair. Light and love, and let's invite creativity from above. So it's not where you start, it's where you finish. It's not how you go, it's how you land. 100 to 1 chance, they'll call you a klutz. You can start at the ending, all you need is the guts. Your final reward will not diminish, and you can be the cream of the crop. It's not where you start, it's where you finish, and we're gonna finish on top. That's it. Don't think you could hear it, but that's
No, we totally could. That was we just all on mute.
done. Thank you.
No,
That was
tell me.
wonderful.
I was watching Scott's face, and I think he was thinking, "Shit, what's going on?" So what was it? He couldn't hear me.
No, we could hear you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I could hear you. I loved it. It was great. I love your voice.
It was really good.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it was.
No. Tell us what inspired it, Yvonne. What made you write it? It's so positive and uplifting. Yeah. Well, where was that? It's the total opposite of mine. So, what was going on there?
Well, because you were the one, I would never have got around to Zoom because I'd say, "Oh my God, I must do that." I never would. But you have made me, and that's fantastic because Zoom is the way to go. Obviously, we're not going to communicate with anyone otherwise. Anyway, but the thing is, with lockdown, honestly, it was that Deepak Chopra meditation because it's made me really be quiet and wind down. And because I was very depressed about our plays not going on, as we all are, about the arts and everything. And so I got all that depression over with before the serious lockdown. And then I got into this, like peace and love and back to the 70s hippie stuff. I've gone vegetarian. I'm cooking a lot, doing all that. Gone back to basics and had to go to St Kilda every day. I went today again. So all of that, and I've found, to be quite honest, I've enjoyed it. I'm ringing up people, connecting again, etc. So
That's fantastic.
I'm ignoring controversy and David Icke and the end of the world and blah blah, because I can't afford to think like that because it's I don't like
well, for me, they were poems of the moment. It just seemed to me that what I'm hearing on the news, that's sort of what other people are going through. So I just sort of feel sometimes it's good to share that, you're not alone in those experiences. We have those moments and we get through them.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, too, financially is not so good, but since I'm doing this course on abundance, I have to keep positive.
Yes, I totally understand that.
Otherwise.
Okay. We got something very, very special now about to happen. Margot, can we please go to gallery view?
We're there, Samsara.
Oh, we are. Sorry, my bad. I'm like an hour behind everybody today. Oh,
it was Samsara. I think starting with that Cosmopolitan, that just set the tone.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. It might have something to do with the cocktail.
I'm drinking it, and I'm going to say there's a lot of vodka.
Lots of vodka. Yeah,
everyone.
There is vodka for days. Okay, now what's going on here? Oh, why doesn't that work? Oh, here we go. All right. So I just realized I hadn't pre-queued the music. I'm having a really bad technology night, and I have been since about 5 o'clock this evening. I just need to tell everybody.
Is that when you started with the Cosmopolitans?
Well, it might have something to do with the alcoholic rehearsal. Oh no, I wish I could blame those. That's just me, really. Okay.
Because it'll never happen in live theatre. Never.
No, this can only happen in Zoom land. Okay, wait, no, I'm not starting, guys. I was just queuing. Okay, my apologies. I'm usually so much better than this. No, I'm not.
Samsara, that's what being technical is, as you know.
Yeah, but can I just mention I'm not the technical director of this program?
It happens to me too. So, on with it, Samsara. Yep.
All right. Okay, is everybody ready? Have we lost anybody? No, we haven't. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to cue it now. It's a very special thing just for our audience.
There's a lot of mutes there, Samsara.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear me. Wait a minute. Yeah, there's supposed to be...
This is going great. I love it.
No. Can everybody hear that?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm going to start it again.
Samsara, what happened?
Did you want to do it again?
Yes. Let's do it again.
Yes, I think so.
That was a warm up.
Yeah,
That was maybe have a sip of the cocktail, Samsara. Let's all go. Let's all have a sip. Let's all have a sip.
Water.
This is what we all look like when we're at nightclubs, just so you know. All right.
So you know, I didn't go to rehearsal either. Okay. Everybody-
I didn't go to rehearsal either.
So?
Geraldine's got the classic Irish tea happening there. I love it.
All right, let's try this again, hey?
That was much better.
Perfection.
That was good.
Done.
There, guys.
Well coordinated.
Yeah. Well, look, you know what? Zoom's not the easiest platform to work with, but hey, you do what you do. Well done, everybody. I admire your commitment.
I'm not sure Zoom was the issue there, Samsara.
Margot, you're dancing next time. Totally.
I've got my moves.
I love it. I'm going to put all those in ballet training.
Moving on. That was an excellent job by you all, and we all now know I should not drink cosmopolitans before shows start. Now,
Drink
I realized
more, drink more.
I disagree.
Yeah.
You should
Drink, just drink more. Drink more.
I like that policy. Yes. So, flash mob, Scott, speak to me.
So what inspired the idea behind the flash mob? Flash.
I'm really interested in using this platform as to explore or what you can do on this platform, and I also wanted us to make this the first two shows were very static, and I kind of wanted to show that, you know, we can be quite physical. We can, you know, it's not just about the mind, it's about the body, and we can just have fun and muck up. Which
and using the new medium and the idea about hands and frame and everything.
Yeah, we were sort of, I was playing a little bit with the camera, and also I've always wanted to have a go at whacking. So you know, it was just.
But the punching was my favorite bit. That was my favorite part.
That was the bit I missed in the first bit, which is why I was like 16 counts ahead or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, it was just a bit of fun. It's like, where else am I ever going to get to choreograph anything? And
everybody loves a few jazz hands.
Oh yeah, the jazz fingers, had to do the jazz fingers, had to do a lot of really basic tropes that, you know, had to be kitschy.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Damian, you were in the center of my screen and I just followed you. Whatever you did, I did. So you were my...
And I just love the idea of, like, you know, when you see a flash mob, it's just, you know, you're just going about your daily mob and suddenly some people in the crowd start actually acting really crazy. And I just thought, oh, well, you know, when we're in gallery view, we're just a crowd. So.
Loved it.
Okay, Scott.
Me?
Well, actually, no, we need to go. It's okay, but we need to go to Maree. Maree, we need another move.
Let's go, Maree. Another little quick move.
Great. Okay, good. This move is called the pony. Okay. So what you're doing is you're jumping to the side just slightly. Don't make it too wide. So you're starting on your right foot to make it easier. So you're just slightly jumping on the right.
Sorry, Maree, we can go back to speaker view. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Oh, awesome. So, yeah, pony. So you're jumping on your right foot, just a little small jump like a pony might do a trot, okay? And then you are tapping your inside leg. When I say inside leg, your left leg, we'll say. Your left leg, tap it twice. So you've jumped on your right, you're tapping it twice, and then jumping to the left and tapping your right. Now, it's quite a complicated one, so don't worry. You don't get it the first time. But to do it faster, which is easier, would be it's literally that. And the step's amazing when you combine it with the Pulp Fiction eyes, which everyone can do. So the V sign, like the groovy sign, and do the evil eye and the evil eye. Okay, awesome. You've got that, Samsara. I can see you perfectly in view. And the second one to add to that while you're doing the pony, so you've just done that, and then you can do the hitchhiker. So we all know about that. Not that I've ever hitchhiked, but
we don't recommend it again. Yep.
So that's the hitchhiker, and you're combining with the pony. So this is cardio fitness. You only need to do this for 30 seconds, and you're really tired. So it's amazing. So come and check out Viewers Dance for Fitness. I'm teaching this next week, so come and join in. So that's enough for now, because the pony's quite a complicated one there.
I'm just going to keep going the whole way through the night and just keep doing it. I love it.
It's amazing. I knew you'd love it, Scott. This is your kind of scene.
Woo!
Woo!
Scott, I know you're dancing. Can I ask you, is that Taylor Swift behind you?
It's you, Margot, from when we were studying together.
It's so hilarious. We just suddenly get this like semi-naked woman appearing behind you every so often. It's fantastic.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Diversity. It was meant to be the spotlight. As any actor, like the spotlight on me.
Well, it is, but every so often we get a bit of boob.
Cool. All right, let's go. Cracking on to the next act. Thank you so much, Maree, for that. We've got a wonderful monologue coming from Mazz Ryan. Yay! Woo!
Thank you, Scott. Sorry for the contradiction. It's a little poem I threw together today.
Even better. I love it.
So, yes, it's poem night tonight. I'm not a poet, but anyway, we'll go ahead with what I've done. I lost my work from the very start. A casual worker is where I took part. The government stepped in to ease the pain. A seeker or keeper, I wish that explain. A keeper I'd like, for it sounds grand. Not sure if solid ground I stand. Don't fret, they said, we've got you covered yet. A New Zealander is safe. Oh, sorry, pet, not if you've been here 10 years less. Those students who come from overseas, we welcome you, your money please. You work and scrounge and pay your tax, but you're not counted in this patch. We'll leave you stranded to fend yourself. Home for you or you're left on the shelf. How do I get there, I hear you ask? Swim for all I care, it's not my task. We're thinking now we'll wind back the keeper. Restrictions have slowed, so let's not get deeper. The seeker as well will get cut sooner. Don't want loafers in the pub drinking schooners. It's been a hard road that's not over yet. Download that app so we know where you get. Don't jump to conclusions, we're not in the clear. This virus is far from over, my dear. That's it.
Wow, that's really amazing. Thank you.
Yes, I was watching the news this week and just picked up on a few little things. Yes.
Well, that's what I really love about your writing. I think you've been a bit of a hidden treasure because you actually are really able to hone in on what is really socially politically going on and in people's minds, and like that movie from the first week, and even your monologue last week, even though it was more personal. But yeah, you just really kind of are able to zoom in really honestly and talk about the issues.
Thank you, Samsara.
Oh no, thank you.
Yeah, so just a little bit of fun to throw in for the evening.
No.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it really gets us thinking. I mean, this whole job seeker, job keeper thing has been a really big issue. And now this thing about, you know, they might get rid of job keeper again now, and then everyone will become a job seeker. And then it's just, you know, they've just added confusion. And I think you've really kind of grabbed onto and you know, that whole issue about overseas students and stuff.
It's very confusing and really quite unfair, because I heard on the news this week that someone who, if you're from New Zealand and been here less than 10 years, well, you don't get anything.
Actually, that's are you a New Zealander?
No.
Oh, okay. You were just channeling. Channeling the New Zealander experience.
Yeah.
And you best friends across the water.
Yes. It just feels so unfair when they work, they pay taxes, they're doing all the same things. And I know the government can't, you know, it's been a huge expense, and there's got to be a line drawn somewhere.
I think that's one of the key points that you mentioned, like they're contributing to society by paying tax.
Yes.
The rest of us, so there should be some sort of mechanism for support there or governance. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's called short-termism.
Yeah.
They just focus on the short term and long term, like the trade with China and education and everything. Apart from the humane qualities.
Yeah, and the overseas students, they contribute the second highest amount of income to our government. You know, billions of dollars come in.
We only want them when they give us money.
Yeah, number 3. Like,
well, I think the point is that, you know, you say they've got to draw a line. Well, they have drawn a line. It's just in a very, very ugly place.
Yes, that's true.
Short-term thinking.
We need to stop being ugly, and I think we've been ugly for a while now, and we need to stop being ugly. Speaking of stopping being ugly. Right now, we're going to be putting together all of the things that Maree has shown us so far, and she's got a couple more little moves for us, and then we're going to get to put it all together in a dance. Maree, take us to the next step.
I see that you're excited, Samsara. Right. Well, okay. So let us do. I would say the next one would be. Let's do the monkey. It is quite an advanced move. I'm going to take my jacket off. So. This is very hip orientated. So you've got a hip that will, all it's going to be doing is just going back and forth. So your pelvis being pushed to the front and going back to the back. So that's all that is, right? But at the same time, you're doing this with your arms. So they're going back and forth. Okay, that's all they're doing. And don't worry about which one is doing it. It does not seriously matter. Right now, so you don't correspond to hip or anything, because all you're doing is a pelvic thrust. So basically, it's all you're going to be doing is that's all, because the more advanced version is actually really, really, really hard, and it's really, you know, it'll take a while. So that's all you're doing. So it's more complicated. It is quite complicated. So it's the monkey. And that's a fast one, right? So that's a fast one. I can add, I'll throw in something else at the same time, okay? So let's just try the Watusi. Watusi is easy because you're tapping out with the right foot. So you're tapping out with the left foot and your hands just swing at the same time. So tapping right, tapping left, swinging that way. So it's simply swing, 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 swing. Easy peasy. I'll just step back in case you can't see the whole of my body. And that's the Watusi. Very nice. Good. Love it, Samsara.
All together. Maybe we need to go into gallery view for this one, Margot. I don't know. Oh, whoops. Yeah, so let's put it all together. Maybe we need to go into gallery view for this and show us what it's supposed to look like now, Maree. Sorry.
Right, let me get my music up. Right, so we've got a song here, which I think you would all recognize. We'll just get that queued up. Okay, so we'll go back to the twist. So as you know, the twist is going to do a recap. So twist is your feet are going back, your hands are just basically, you know, automatically moving, because the body will tell you which way to go. And also you can go with one foot twisting as we did before, and the other foot twisting, leaning over, leaning back. Okay, and then of course we just did the monkey then, which is a little bit more complicated. We did the pony. So pony, and we did the hitchhiker as well. There's also the Watusi, which we did there, and we did there, and we did there, and that should be enough. But also, just one more move. This is a wrist rotation. So all you're doing, it's called the wind, and all you're doing is twisting, 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 twisting down. Okay, so it's, sorry, rolling punches, that one. And then we're going to do also the wind. So the wind is, so around clockwise, so around clockwise, 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 clockwise.
Oh, this one, yes.
And the other way, yeah. So that's the wind, like you're winding a clock. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So here's the music now. So going back to the twist, we'll start off with the twist, and then we'll just go to the next step, which will be basically just a little bit of a pony step, and just follow me, really.
Oh, I see Michael joined us. You join in too, Michael.
Michael, yes. Just going to put the volume up as much as I can. Okay. Well, oh, I might have turned that off. Hold on. Oh, no, I did. Okay, so going back to it, right, start off with the twist, and hold on, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Okay, technical issue.
Have another cosmopolitan, Maree.
I know, and I'm not even drinking. Okay, from the top, from the twist. No, it's not coming through this. Nah, hold on. No, we are having technical. Because if you're not going to be able to hear it. This is not working. Why is that? Okay, give me a moment to set this up, or else you won't be able to hear it at all. Okay, we've lost Bluetooth, guys. So
okay, so the way I know how to do this. I know how to fix this. So you need to close out the sound file and reopen it now that your Bluetooth is back on.
Okay, cool. So go back into music, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
I know this because I do this all the time.
I think what actually has happened is Maree has got into Samsara's cocktails.
I thought there was some missing.
Let me test this.
I think the team gallery agrees. Woohoo!
We've got it. Okay, here we go. Twist.
Margot, I can't see you dancing.
Yes, she's hiding.
Ready, guys?
You're going to hate me for that one.
Can you hear that?
No.
Yep.
Single leg. And the other leg. Good.
Go, Michael.
And pony. Pulp Fiction pony.
Woo!
Into the hitchhiker. Take it into a circle. We're still going to the side. Take it to the back.
Oh, shake that spine, Scott.
And the other side.
Oh, go Damian. Woo, check it out.
Good. And getting ready to go into the Watusi. Good. And wind. Back and forth. Spread the legs.
Oh, hey, come on, it's not that show again.
Well,
Monkey.
apparently it is.
Monkey.
It's giving
And
me
push
more
down.
workout.
Push down. Circle.
This is harder than those bloody Ashtanga yoga courses.
Lines. Oh, sorry. Rolling punches.
Oh, wait, what's this? This is the rolling thing,
Rolling
isn't it?
punches.
Sorry.
Spread the legs.
Oh, hey, we've got
I
a.
think that was it. It's a very short
Woo!
song. It's such a good workout.
That was so good. Oh my God, my heart rate has risen, and that's just from watching Scott.
Yes. Oh, really?
My heart rate rose from watching everybody.
Oh,
It was
I can only
fantastic.
see Samsara, I think.
Oh, because I'm a superstar.
No, I haven't got gallery view. That's why. Well
Oh, so you were
done.
just watching my you were just watching this the whole time.
I think as they said in Dirty Dancing, you were shaking those maracas.
Woo!
You were, Samsara. I saw it all happening there.
And
Okay, I think we need to go back into
someone
this
was
boogie,
dancing.
Marco.
Yes.
That's amazing, guys. Well done.
So let's go back into Speak of You. And Scott, what's up next?
Hello, good, thanks. So yes, thank you very much for that, Maree. And coming up now we have Damian Vuleta, and he's going to do his interpretation of Rusty Bolts. Thank you so much. Yay!
Margot, don't run away. We needed to speak of you. Thank you.
And Damian might need to unmute himself.
Am I Rusty Bolts? No. No, I'm just the keeper of the ashes of the flame that once burned as Rusty Bolts. I'm the urn, the neglected headstone that stands decaying in the windswept cemetery of souls that is Hollywood. A million heartaches, a million tears, a million deaths, all punctuated by the sound of the clapperboard, the crack of the chimp wrangler's whip, the sound of another empty whiskey bottle being thrown onto the pile. I started off in the movie saving the world and wound up playing second banana to a monkey. Making those Wonder Chimp movies took 10 years off my life. Not that I want them back. The real truth about those movies has never been told. And with good reason, there are a lot of legal, not to mention moral problems associated with those movies. The artistic ones I refuse to even go into without a lawyer and a psychiatrist present in the room. Oh, Rusty's time's running out. I got nothing to lose anymore, and these aren't secrets I want to carry with me to the grave, so. Barefaced lie number 1. Bongo the Wonder Chimp appeared in all 11 movies. Bongo was killed by a falling chandelier on the 3rd day of shooting Follow That Monkey. Oh, an accident. Or so they said. The first of many mysterious accidents that would befall almost every one of my simian co-stars. Well, no one was ever charged, nothing was ever proven, eh? This was Hollywood. But I can tell you this much. Child star Tad Peckish did it. He killed them all, and he laughed while he did it. And he's still laughing today, all the way from death row. He calls me sometimes. You know, it's cruel how they breed them like that. You know, train them from an early age to do nothing but perform for the camera, confined to a studio, not allowed to run wild, be with their own kind. Child stars. Like the apes, Tad was rewarded only for performing. It was his only reason for existence. And like them, off camera, he was a wild, savage creature who needed a handler, or in the very least, a tranquilizer dart in the bum. He and the apes struck up an instant antagonism, perhaps their version of professional competitiveness. And every day on the set was hell from there on in. Tad always had black eyes because the apes always used to beat him up. The apes were useless after a fight. They were too hyped up to perform properly. Why do you think they were always screeching like that and climbing all over everything? The apes always fell, quite literally, for Ted's arm wrestling scam. He'd always beat them at that. They didn't have the leverage. Their legs are too stumpy. And he kept giving him beers. Why? Because they hassled him for it. There was this one chimp, a real prima donna, who'd usually leave a turd on Ted's dressing table on a good day. But if he didn't get the beer, then he'd turn real nasty. There are things only a monkey can do, and it's scary. This prima donna chimp once bit Tad Peckish during a close-up. Tad lost his little finger. They say after that Olataco the chimp developed a taste for human flesh. Now, I don't know if that's true. But that clapperboard guy did disappear. And there was the time a taco jumped on my head from the lighting gantry with a knife and fork in his hands. I suppose it could have been an accident. Between takes, I'd see a taco pacing his tiny cage, chain smoking, a restless longing in his eyes. We were kindred spirits. Like me, he needed something more. I think he really wanted to direct. Years later, I saw some of his short films. Very experimental. After a taco, there was another chimp who'd scream at Tad whenever he'd fall asleep. This chimp, Screamo, would hide in Tad's dressing room or get out at night and follow him home. Pretty soon, all the other chimps started to copy him. They'd climb up through Tad's windows and keep him awake all night by screaming constantly whenever he'd start to fall asleep. Eventually, they drove him clinically insane. The studio kept him out of the hospital because he was too big a box office draw. But Tad, of course, continued to harass the chimps. Eventually, something had to give. Well, the moment Tad's popularity started to wane, around about the time he hit puberty, they slung him into the funny farm. Sorry. We still keep in touch. Every year, on his birthday, I send him a cake with a nail file in it. And every year on my birthday, he sends me hate mail. He and so many others. I had nothing against the monkeys when we started, but chimps can be very noisy and gorillas are surprisingly flatulent. After 12 hours a day for 3 years, the noise, the mess, the smell, the sickly sweet smell of bananas permeating your hair, your clothes, everything. Banana fingerprints smeared over everything you own, everything, your whole life. Bananas, bananas, bananas. Ate monkey hair in your food, in the bathroom sink, mashed into the bananas that have been trampled into the carpet, and the fleas all over me, they're all over me. It was horrible. By the time we did Don't Tell Junior, the monkeys were getting star billing above me. Everything seemed to be turning upside down like a parody of stardom. I began to think I'd always been just a performing animal to the studio. The last straw was when the publicity department decided it would be a good idea if I were filmed having my hair cut by 4 of the studio's new chimps. Crimpo, Permo, Stylo, and Plucko. Naturally, nothing went as planned. I ended up taking a year off while my hair grew back and all my scars healed. It was painful, it was humiliating, but it was a small price to pay to get the hell out of those movies. I think, for once, Providence intervened. Because if I'd had to go ahead and star in Zartan, King of the Monkeys, I don't think I'd be sitting here talking to you today.
Oh my God, I can't stop laughing.
That was excellent.
That was great.
Cut the verses.
Okay, quote
It's
of
really
the week.
good.
Quote of the week: chimpanzees are surprisingly flatulent.
No, gorillas are surprisingly flatulent. Chimps are very noisy.
All right. I just had so much fun, and it might be because of the Cosmopolitan. I can't even talk now. My tongue is actually going numb.
That'll be the fake lime juice.
I reckon it's the triple sec.
Yeah, the 4 vodkas, the 5 triple secs. I think we've narrowed it down.
And the 1 shot of cranberry juice. So Damian, getting serious now. So tell us about Rusty Bolts.
Well, it's a 2-hander, originally written by Tanya Donald and Simon Park back in '98. I saw this excerpt from it in a cabaret down at the old Wax Studios when it was back in Richmond, performed by Peter Leese, and I enjoyed that very much and wanted to do that myself one day. So eventually I got a whole copy of the script and I learned the part. I want to do it, have it as a performance piece to put on my website, but as you can hear, I've got a lot of work to do on my American accent.
I think it kind of works because there's something kind of really absurd about that whole pice. And seriously, it was a good thing Margot muted me because I was literally in hysterics. You'll see, actually, if you go back and watch the show on YouTube, you'll see I've just got all these comments that I made. Again, the Cosmopolitan's working.
And we have to mute you again, Samsara, because we're going to go to Sarah Rose again.
Yes.
Final song. So would you like to introduce her, or will I?
I will. Okay, so we're nearly finished for the evening, and we're going to finish with the wonderful Sarah Rose again, bringing us another original composition. Sarah, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Late in the evening we stayed and talked, candles and bottles of wine. Then we drift off to sleep by the fireside, and I can't believe that he's mine. He holds me tight, tells me everything's gonna be alright. He calms my fears and dries my tears and sings to me through the night. Rockabye, rockabye, as we head to the lake for a moonlight swim and a barbecue out in the park. It's amazing how much love I feel for him as we lay and stare up at the stars. But something inside of me knows this is wrong, and I just don't understand why. 'Cause this was my dream for the rest of my life. So why do I lay here and cry? He holds me tight, tells me everything's gonna be alright. He calms my fears and dries my tears and sings to me through the night. Rockabye, rockabye. Something this good must be made to last, I think, as I hear his sweet song. But now that I know it's all in the past, when I wake up he'll be gone. He holds me tight, tells me everything's gonna be alright. He calms my fears and dries my tears and sings to me through the night. Rockabye, 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 rockabye.
Woo!
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was brilliant. I really love your music. It's so it's positive and uplifting. It's great. Beautiful voice.
I really hope you come back and join us again. I mean,
It would be fun. I would love to.
so much, so good. Yeah,
Well,
so
thank you so
Scott,
much.
I think
Yes. Thank you so much, Sarah, for that. And thank you everyone for being a part of tonight's adventure. It's been fantastic and so much fun, and dancing and monologues and music and poems. It's been brilliant. So, few acknowledgements for this evening. So Samsara Saturday Soiree is created and produced by Margot Foley. Yay!
can we go to gallery view, Margot?
Oh, as tech director, I'm sure I can do that.
You're superb.
And presented by, look at us all. I've got everyone in gallery view. Presented by myself, Scott Knight, and Samsara, and Margot as well. And the music is done by Embryo, which we love. Thank you very much. And then tonight was beautifully featuring everyone here. So Margot Foley, yay, Samsara, Mazz Ryan, Joe Boyd,
Yes.
myself, thank you, Maree Shefford, yay for the GoGo, Geraldine Riley, Damian Vuleta,
Thank you, Geraldine.
Vuleta, sorry, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Sarah Rose Millar and Yvonne Matthews and Michael as well, but I cannot remember Michael's last name. Keeley. Michael Keeley. Yay. Woo.
Look, and I also wanted to just say a very special thank you to Joe. Joe has joined us with 4 swollen discs or something like that. Something really seriously terminal.
They're bulgy bits.
They're bulging. They're bulging.
In my back. Yeah. And hey, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I've had a few wines, so I'm pretty loose.
I have a cosmopolitan or 2. Also, I want to say, Embryo
party of Joe's. Woo!
Embryo does our theme music, and he remixed the theme music for our little flash mob, but it was just too hard. It was beyond our abilities at this stage of the game. So stay tuned. Maybe in a couple of weeks' time, we'll do the full remix. So sorry, Embryo, and luckily your actual theme tune does enough. Is beyond our capabilities. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know we have social media accounts. So if you want to tell us what you thought about anything you saw tonight, you can find us on Twitter or Facebook. And also, if you want to contribute to the artists' income, you can join us on our Pozible campaign. So you can go in as a subscriber. If you just want to tip us for this particular performance, you kind of still have to sign up as a subscriber, but then cancel that once the payment's gone through. And I can assure you anything that does get paid goes to the shared equally amongst all the performers of across that month, because I think it's paid out monthly. I wouldn't know, haven't received any money yet, but hopefully. So that's it. So Margot, thank you for your amazing work.
Can I just jump in for a minute? I would like to thank, the whole purpose of this is about the performers community. So I want to personally thank everybody who's an artist, a performer here tonight, whether you're a storyteller, a musician, an actor, a writer, a director. It's really important that we all stay together as a community, and that's what this is about. So for everyone who's contributed tonight, that's what we want to say thank you to you. Tonight is about all of you, and we're just trying to, Samsara, Scott and I are just trying to have a platform, whether it's, lockdown, whatever, whether we intend to go on past this, but it's about providing a platform for performers, because we know how tough it is for the diversity to get to actually, to create revenue. So we are working on providing a platform that goes into the future. So please keep being amazing artists, performers, writers, directors, and we just want to try to keep things going. So
and on that note, look, we may end up changing the night to Sunday night as people get back into their regular lives, but we'll keep you informed about that. And the other thing is, I wanted to say a very special treat. Paul Robertson is back next week with some Shakespeare. Oh my God, Shakespeare. We're getting seriously arty here, I think. Okay, Scott, au revoir. You're amazing.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone.
Yes, everyone.
Thank you. Everyone. Yay.
It really doesn't happen without all of you, and thank you so much. And I think on that note, we should say goodbye, and I shall continue drinking my cosmopolitans, and hopefully you guys will continue having fun too.
Woo. Thank you so much. See you all later. Congratulations.
Bye.
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 Yeah. Bye.